All right, we're making a cookie crumb crust, and I'm going to use the Hup Seng Sugar Crackers. These are crispy, crunchy. They look kind of like saltines, right? But they're actually they're baked up almost like a butter cookie, pretty mild. But I thought they're like saltines from the package, of course it looks like, but they're not quite that. They're more brown, they have more sugar on them, sugar crystals, so I really like these sugar crusts. They come out really crispy. So I grew up eating a lot of these. I think these are from Singapore. Yeah, definitely a Singaporean product. But yeah, you can use any kind of cookie or cracker that you like. Here's kind of a base recipe. So I'm gonna start out with probably 160 grams, which is about one row of these. This is my favorite part. I get to do this. Okay. I'm so powerful. All right. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. That's the last of it. The last third of this pack. So I'm gonna break these up a little bit more, just to help it out. But we're gonna dump this in a food processor. And of course you can do this in a bag with a rolling pin or smash them with your hand. Actually, I don't know, maybe my hands are sensitive, but when I crunch them with my hands too much, they start to hurt. So, what we're gonna do is switch this out for this. I think we're gonna be cutting it a little close to the camera, but we will make do. It's fine, we're just crumbing these crackers. So, yes, my food processor is dirty because I've been using it, which is why I'm like, let's do this now. All right, let's do that way. And dump these in here. We're just gonna crumb these up. Will this fit? Yes, it will. All right, so the upholstered hoops, I'm covering the top so it doesn't. All right, I think we're there. Tap, tap. Knock off all the sides. And beautiful. Whoops. Totally knocking things around here. See how there's still some texture to these? It's almost like toasted coconut bits. So yeah, I love that. It gives a little more texture and nuance to the crust. And now I'm just going to dump those in here. Yep. That goes away. All we need now to add to here is 2 tablespoons of sugar, or however much sugar you'd like on your, you know how sweet your cookie is going to be. If you want your crust a little more sweet, add more. If your cookie is already really sweet, you can add less. These aren't that sweet. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons. So like if I'm doing an Oreo cookie cracker, or cookie crust, I don't add any sugar at all. So these ones are pretty mildly sweet. So we have that. I'm gonna stir this around. Ooh, and a pinch of salt. So, big hit of salt. And now, for this, I have about 150 grams, 155 grams of cookie or cracker. And they're pretty dry. They're not that, the cracker itself isn't very oily or buttery. So I'm doing 90 grams of butter. Let's see if that's enough, but you'll be able to see a test. You'll see how you can adjust for every cracker you use, or cookie you use. I keep the cookie or cracker interchangeable here. So, I'm gonna do that. Mix this up real well, make sure it's homogeneous. You see these clumps? That's like where kind of a bunch of butter has invaded and clumped up. I can go in there with my hands now All right, there we go. It's breaking up the crumbs. And how you know there's enough butter is if you squeeze it together, it holds its shape. So yeah, I think that's good. So we are ready to go. We're gonna pour this into our pie crust and our pie pan. There we go. You see I'm reusing one that wasn't punctured. And with this, I like to spread it evenly with my hands first. Just make sure it's even-ish before you start pressing in. So I think this side's, the bottoms will always have enough love. It's the sides that I'm always worried about if they're not even. All right, that's good enough. And now I'm gonna start pressing in with a cup measure. My cup measure happens to be freshly washed. It's a little wet. I'm trying to dry it off first. All right, so I like this flat bottom, and mine happens to be sloping a little bit, but not really. So also watch out for the back. If you are using a cup measure, you don't have to use one, but if you are, don't sabotage yourself and start stabbing on the other side. All right, so here we go. You see I'm using this too to make sure it stays down. Just keep going around till it looks pretty on the sides. It's a nice wall. All right, and now I'm gonna tap, tap, tap on the bottom. I'm gonna try to not go too towards the center because that's when I'm gonna sabotage the other side of the wall. But it looks good. It's starting to come together. Okay. Check one more time. I'm gonna press pretty firmly on the bottom. I'm not smashing, but just firm. How firmly packed it is will help you it keep in shape when you're trying to slice and serve later. So this isn't final. We're gonna set this in the oven for 10 minutes and bake that. Pour this back out. Why waste it? And when you're doing your own crumb crust, take a bite. No, not a bite of this one, but a spoonful in your mouth before you press it in. Make sure you like it. If you want to add more salt, you can. If you want to add more sugar, you can. So I'm just pushing this down a little more. All right. And sometimes if there's a lot of butter, which I did put a decent amount, it might shrink a little bit, but not too much. So we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes. What you're looking for is for it to be just a little bit of color, not too much, and it'll feel firmer to the touch. It won't feel so crumbly. All right, there it is, done, and 10 minutes in the oven. And I happen to have one done already that I just took out. Ta-da! Can you even see the color difference? A little bit. There's a little bit of golden here versus this one that's not baked. A little more yellow. This one's a little more golden. See the edges got a little golden, and it did shrink a little bit, but not too much. So this is ready to go. It's a fully baked crust after 10 minutes in the oven, and we're gonna fill it up with many different kinds of fillings. Yep, here we go, done.